Hi everyone, this is Cyber here. I'm here today to bring you a new video. This video is about Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game. They dropped a new update with some screenshots, as you can see on the screen. I'm just going to show off them real quick. So this is Bird Top Birders with the bikers and the tops in front of it. There's probably some items in here you can grab and some things you can use. Then you got beach. This map looks like it's gonna be huge. There's gonna be a lot of options. There's a crate you can go through. There's probably a boat you can probably sail around, maybe even. A lot of hidden stuff. Some concept art of like teens and stuff, and this screams 80s. Screams it. With just the colors and shapes and how everything is, the haircuts and styles and all that kind of stuff looks amazing. And then we got like a calf, and then we got like a wet critter. I don't know what that exactly is. Ferris wheel in the background. This looks absolutely amazing. Pancake House restaurant or Pancake House restaurant. I don't know if like it's actually the Pancake House. I don't know, but yeah, this shit looks so real. Let's get back to what they're going to talk about. So they're talking with Julian Mendez, UX lead at Television Games. So what they're going to talk about is what the challenge is to means that both players teams have different motivations and reasons to play. We're designing variations of the game for those to play the clown where you want them to enjoy killing the humans. On the other hand, we are creating a whole different game experience for civilians of the town, the humans. Their experience is about I cannot talk. Cooperation and seeking ways to keep everyone safe. One of the challenges in this type of game is that these experiences are rally two partial games. These objectives actually exist in the same 20-minute long innovation scenarios. So matches will take 20 minutes, which is not too long. Some matches can be probably dragged out longer. We'll see. That's probably how long the match goes for. That consists of the two types of simulation experience. It also includes a third layer, the overall match progression. As the match goes on, both teams find new tools to fight each other, new dramatic objectives, and new ways to win. In the end, being kicked ass clowns is very different to being a kick ass human. As a studio, they were experienced in the genre. We have learned over the years what these types of game design of bringing with its set of deductions that require problem solving and being great as adapting with flexible solutions. Why make the same multiplayer game that is already out there? Television is exploring new ways to enjoy multiplayer horror experiences that are more relatable and fun, which is great to hear. Because you don't want other games to be like a lot of people compare every game to Dead by Daylight. And yes, there's some games that are like it, but they always try to change it. This is looks like it's gonna be a whole different experience. Like that's exactly what Texas Chainsaw Massacre is doing. Pretty much every game that's coming out now is trying to get away from the mold that we usually are so used to. Four versus ones. You gotta get something to get out. That gets old, gets boring, and they're trying to get away from that. Where give you different objectives to do. Um, yeah, I look forward to something like that. I don't want to be bored all the time. Even like VHS is kind of has the same thing. You build weapons to take out the monster. That's it. That's pretty much the aspect of the game. There's not much more different options. We can take out the ship, or we can kill the clowns, rescue humans. There's lots of objectives. Killer clowns. There's pretty much taking the humans, but they also have to protect the ship, and they have to like collect humans. So there's lots of options to do. It's not just go over a generator, damage the generator, hang up a human, or hang up a survivor. It's good that they get away from the same old thing where it's not going to be the same experience always. So yeah, that's very good. Concept the strict rule has always been to stay rooted to the rituals of the IP. We wanted to explore a creepy feeling for the surrounding areas of the Big Top Burger. That feeling that is very comfortable inside that place, but once you step outside, you start feeling something happens. Our game has added an ability to customize your character class, which will deepen the in-game cooperation aspects with the psychological, uh, sorry, physical law behind the system. I don't know what that word is. I apologize. I'm not very good at reading. Apologize. Um, so class customization, and synergy energy is something that indeed felt like a natural evolve of the genre for us. It has to do with the whole idea of playing as a team. It's not new to that classes exist as the way to categorize your different gameplay aspects. However, in most cases, team classes work under the idea that all the players know exactly the match is gonna go. So I choose my class because I know how to use it. In Kingdom Hearts, there is no twist. A big part of the game has to do with randomization, where you spawn, where the other team probably is, and where the landmarks are. We want to bring as much variation from match to match as possible. Yes, that's great. You want to play as the tracker, a clown who's really good at finding human players, but since you don't know the exact configuration of the map in this consideration of the map in this match, you probably want to ask one of your buddies to play as the scout, because that class can explore the map much more effectively, and each class can be further customized to adapt to your playstyle. Yeah, there's eventually you'll get used to how the layout is, because it eventually will repeat, but it's just like generators in DBD. They do change positions, that kind of stuff. There is no such thing as the best team for our game. It's all about who you are, how you want to play, how you communicate with your team. All the creates an environment that is more about fun and immersion, less about score and results, which is great. You want an experience going into games. You don't want to just like, oh, I'm playing this person today, blah blah. And that's what was so great about Friday the 13th. You would become these characters and play exactly how you want to play as that character. Are you a runner? Like in Friday the 13th, were you a runner with Budsy or Vanessa, I think her name is, the sports girl? Did you want to be a fighter and run around and keep the killer occupied, Jason occupied, or did you want to be the one that takes stuff to areas and drop it off so other people can repair them? There was lots of objects to do. Smart people stay hitting, try to stay out of the way, not try to get in fights or go searching too much. Everyone played differently. That's what made Friday the 13th last so long. Even people still playing it nowadays, and it's still one of the more popular games, and that's Dead by Daylight. Now, Dead by Daylight is so popular because they currently have more and more updates, and I think people do get tired of it, and they do take breaks, but there's always new people coming in. It is Dead by Day is the biggest asymmetrical horror game out there. That's the Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is still very popular, but when you think of asymmetrical horror games, that's the names come up: Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight. More people say Dead by Daylight because it is super all over the place, but Friday the 13th is out there too. There are other games that are good. It just they don't have as big a crowd as hope. So this is constant research, different stereotypes of teenagers characters in the variation iconic 80s movies was a difficult but interesting task. We had to fill a lot of reference boards, explore each midst of a lot of alternatives and final concepts of other teenage characters. What do you hope people take away from the game, and what are you most excited about developing further? In the view, I think that as the game industry grows, of the further multiplayer games solidifies, players will be familiar with this genre and become curious about what else is out there. Children's Outer Space. The game is not only a multiplayer title, but the highest standards of quality and player experience, but also a huge chunk of pure nostalgia for the original movie and the 80s era. It reminds us growing up, playing with my sister or my friends, just having pure fun, not thinking about how accurate your shot is or how good your equipment is. Looking forward to see emergent ways of playing as people come to scared, lots laugh and have fun. Expanding this universe is part of the excitement to see how this is going to be eligible people to come up with their own horror movie experiences. Yes, and who would think years from now, what other horror games we could have? I saw a poll the other day. like I think it was on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on IGN. They talked, what game would you want to see? Like they had the Hang, they had the Ring. They didn't have any like super popular like uh Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween or anything like that, but they had like these other ones. I mean, I don't even remember. I'll have to look it up, and I'll put it down in the comments of what names they had, that kind of stuff. But I can't quite remember. But yeah. What is your guys' thoughts on this? Does this sound interesting to you guys? Do you feel like this is going to change how asymmetrical games are? Like, I do. I think this is going to be great. I hope they have the beta early enough where they can actually balance things. I hope Texas Chainsaw Massacre does the same thing where they actually come out with a beta and they fix a lot of things. Just to make sure everything's balanced when it comes out, because that's a big problem with a lot of games that come out like VHS, um, Evil Dead. Had a very small beta and not enough time to really get the kinks out, and that's why they're both having issues. I know some people go, "Oh, they're not having issues." A lot of big asymmetrical fans are not covering or playing as much as they would be, like VNHS, and like I definitely backed off of both of them because it's not fun for both sides. Like it's fun for the survivor side or the teen side. The other side is having a lot of issues, and you can't build a game just based on one side. That's just not. It doesn't make it fun. Gotta. That's why I think they're adding more killers or more villain sides to these games, because having one person, it's a lot. It does make it really hard to balance with so many people in. Um, but you can do it if you do it right. But I don't want to keep rambling on, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like if you did, and leave some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next Killer Clowns from Outer Space to Game info or gameplay, maybe. Who knows? Alright, see you guys.
Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe.